I used to think nothing could hurt worse than what I'd already survived, until the day my children showed me they didn't know what Christmas was. Not long after I married my wife, we found out we were going to have a baby girl. We chose her name, painted the nursery, and planned a future that felt finally bright. Then, just weeks before her due date, I got a phone call that shattered everything. In one night, I lost both my wife and my daughter. For years, I barely functioned. It took almost half a decade before I had the strength to hope again. Eventually, I decided to apply for adoption. At a small center outside Cedar Falls, I learned about two siblings who had been removed from a violent home. I filled out the paperwork without hesitation. They had spent years living out of a rundown van with their biological mother. Simple things stunned them. Hot running water, clean pajamas, a bed of their own. The first time they took a warm bath and put on new clothes, I had to turn away so they wouldn't see me cry. But nothing prepared me for what happened next. When December came around, I asked them what they wanted for Christmas. They just stared at me, confused. They'd never heard of Santa Claus. They didn't understand why anyone would give gifts for no reason, and they were sure I was joking when I explained it. On Christmas Eve, I noticed them constantly peeking out the window. I assumed they were hoping to catch Santa. When I told them he wouldn't come until they were asleep, they shook their heads and said they were watching for the police. Apparently, every Christmas Eve in the past had ended with officers showing up. I went into the kitchen and cried where they couldn't see me. The next morning changed everything. I woke up to laughter echoing through the house. They were pointing at the carpet, amazed by the boot-shaped footprints I'd made. The cookies were gone. The milk was empty. They barely touched the presents. They just kept repeating the same words over and over, eyes wide with wonder. He's real. He's really real. And in that moment, I realized Christmas wasn't about gifts at all. It was about finally feeling safe enough to believe in something good.